Welcome back, guys, to the AoT Chronicles, an Attack on Titan podcast. I'm your host, Chad.
My name is Ronnie, and it's 4 a.m.
It is 4:30 a.m. in the morning. A.m.
We are just... I can
Wow.
see you, my friend, have never looked more like Keith Sadie's than in this moment right now.
I believe it, man. If all the hair on my head fell off, I would look exactly like him.
Imagine this feeling times 5 years, and that's what our poor guy Keith Sadie's is going through, because he just does not sleep.
And he got cheated on by Carla. I've been cheated on in the past. We're basically the same person.
But this is it, the last episode, and we're, like we said,
Wow.
we put our heart, soul, and guts into those last 2 episodes, so we're here to just...
Yeah, I mean, we're here, we're grinding. We had a 12-hour work day today.
Signing autographs.
Signing autographs, and then now what?
Yeah, because the podcast's just popping off. So
12 hours of podcast
Yeah.
afterwards? So this is a 24-hour day.
Yeah.
We're heading
What you don't know is both of the last 2 episodes have actually been 6 hours, but we edited them down in 5 hours. Just the good stuff. Just the really quality stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to hear the rest. The rest sucked.
But the stuff we put out in gold.
But we're going to get right into this.
Yeah, this episode, my real quick thoughts on it is too much flock. All right, get going.
Yeah, but I've got some interesting flock takes and how he really just brightens up the show. And no, I don't. But season 3, episode 22.
I thought you just fell asleep mid-sentence.
I almost did. I won't lie to you. 24 hours signing autographs. I never knew how bad celebrities had it until now.
It's rough.
Season 3, episode 22, or episode 59, The Other Side of the Wall. Boom. So, we get a cool little recap in the beginning. And it's showing, Grisha entering. It shows Keith again. I like how it brings back our Lord and Savior Sadie.
Full circle.
Yep. Then we go back to the... I guess you would call it like a... They say funeral later on. It's more like just a military meeting.
It's like the most messed up funeral / award ceremony I've ever seen.
It's just I look at it as like a commemorance to their efforts, pretty much. So, after they figure out the world is basically their enemy, they struggle to, figure out what to do from there. Pixis says to not deceive the public from knowing this information again, that they should just go ahead and tell everyone.
Which is like a ballsy move. This is
very ballsy.
Imagine these last 2 episodes just wrote into a newspaper and you had zero clue about it. But
and he basically said, just don't be like King Rice. Like we talked about how shitty he was. Why should we end up like him?
Right. I mean, it seems crazy, but at the same time, rip the Band-Aid off. And that's what Pixies is saying.
Historia says just to announce it and return the memories that were stolen by the king a century ago. I like that line because you're not technically restoring the same memories, but he did too. That's just crazy to think. What else did he wipe, man? Did he
That's true. There could be there's season 4. There could be so much. How many times tonight have I just gone, God, season 4? But no, this is cool about Historia being the queen and not being under the, what would you call it?
The king's will.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Excellent job, Chad.
She's under her own will.
Yeah.
Because she's a bad bitch.
She's
an independent
woman who ruled in his kingdom all by herself.
But she talks sense into him. And then the newspapers, they write out the truth. Everything.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's absurd.
What if a newspaper came out just like one day and they were like, yeah, actually, the world has been going on 5,000 years longer than you thought, and your memory's been wiped, and we can actually all fly. And then you're like, wait, can I really? And you just jumped and you just started flying. You're like, oh my God, I could.
Well, that's just like, I would like to imagine that as if they came out and told us and knew exactly how the earth was created and knew word for word everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you have all these different religions, but if they just said this is the one definite answer, you'd be like, what?
Whoa. Yeah, it's true. Stop it. It's too late for that.
So Hanji discusses it with the newspaper writers, and they are all in disbelief like anybody would be.
They'd say, some people are just going about their business. Like, how do you read this and just go, well, back to work?
Gotta open up the meat shop.
Like, well, better go to bed. I got an early day at work tomorrow.
The newspaper guy starts talking about how some have accepted it and, some just laugh it off. And others say that it's a conspiracy theory. It's pretty chaotic.
Which both of those would be very, like, why would you believe this?
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense.
And then you could definitely see where maybe a couple people just accept it and like, all right, I guess this is it. But
yeah.
I don't know which one I would fall under. I'd probably fall under conspiracy theory, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely would.
You would definitely do that.
Be like, what? No.
It would be just like if someone came out tomorrow and said, this is how the world started. You'd be like, all right, Mayans. Yeah, the world was going to end in 2012, too.
Yeah. Oh, I like how they mentioned taxpayers, too. Did you get this part?
Oh, yeah, we love taxes.
Anytime they talk about taxpayers, it just really...
Over here at the Podcast Chronicles Worldwide, we are very into taxes. We've said that from a couple different times, actually.
It really just gets my my things going, my jigglers tingling.
All right, well, we can stop talking about your jigglers for sure.
But yeah, Hanji says, as taxpayers, or I'm sorry, the old man says, this really humbles us as even taxpayers. Not only as people of the walls, but as taxpayers.
Now, if we weren't paying taxes, I don't know what this would do as far as humbling us, but it definitely humbles us being taxpayers and all.
They're just super proud. Page turn.
Page turn. Late night page turn.
And then we go back to the military meeting. Hitch arrives and greets, the 104th, the few troops that we know that are all hanging out.
Yeah. The 9 people remaining.
Yeah. And Flock's there, Jean's there, Aaron's there. And Jean tells her that Marlowe was brave up until the very end. Then he says, right, Flock? And, Ronnie's boy, Flock, says, he brought the recruits together. We thought all hope was lost, but he inspired all of us. Oh, that's a good start. That's very nice of you, Flock.
Yeah, pretty good start. Not.
Hitch even realizes how amazing he was and... why he didn't listen to her. She starts thinking, because she told him she didn't want him to join the Scouts. She called him stupid,
right?
A brave idiot.
Yeah.
And she even starts thinking about how awesome he actually was. And then Flock says, I'm sure he regretted being there in the end. Just out of nowhere. It's like he said all those nice words, and then he just had to throw that in.
Yeah, because he's like, because I rode right beside Marlowe until I grabbed him and used him like a human shield because I'm a bitch. And that's the only reason I live, because I suck. And if you see my hair, one part of it goes this way and the other part of it goes that way. I don't know how I do it, but I spend 5 hours on it every morning because I suck.
What? Did you see his hair later on in the episode? I was hoping you'd notice it.
He sucks.
Well, we're going to talk about that
Try
later.
not to look at him. When he's on screen, I use my hand as like a shield, and I just don't.
Why do you not like this guy,
This
man?
guy sucks.
He seems like a likable guy.
Hate this guy.
I can't even take up for this guy. What am I saying?
He's Daz reincarnated. He's going to take off. It's going to be a mask. He's going to be like,
okay, well,
I'm Daz.
I hate to say this, man, but no one is as bad as Daz. Come on. If it wasn't for Flock, we wouldn't have the epic Midnight Sun episode.
I can't wait for Daz moments in season 4. That guy's gonna be a major player.
He might. I could see him joining Marley's side somehow.
Yeah.
So, Flock says it was just the truth when Jean gets mad at him, and Armin mentions he knows Flock. Wait.
Armin's talking about how Flock, he knows that Flock said no, don't save Armin, save Erwin.
Oh yeah, Armin does mention that, how he wanted Erwin to live, and obviously not Armin, and Flock agrees. He's just like, yeah, you're right. And he says they all think Erwin should have lived and not him. Aaron finally speaks up, asking what Flock knows about Armin. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Which, as many times I get mad at Aaron speaking up and sounding like a doofus, he definitely did not right here. He's taking up for his bro.
Yeah.
Well, he's not his little bro because they're the same age, but his little bro.
Yeah, he's definitely took on like a big brother role with Armin for sure. It's kind of like how I did with you.
And let's not ever say that again, because You're 4'10". Flock says...
It's a mindset. I've got the mindset of a big brother.
Yeah. You definitely don't have the fucking physical set.
No reason to cuss there. It's just unnecessary.
Well, it made me angry. That's why I cussed. Flock says, I'm not childhood friends with Armin. You and Levi brought your emotions into it. That's why he lived.
I call top bunk tonight, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take bottom this time. I was hoping you'd call top.
Yes.
It was too hard for you to let go of someone important, Aaron. You sack of shit. Okay, he didn't say that, but I just added that part. Flock tells Aaron deep down inside you probably think you're always right.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty fair.
Can't argue with anything you said so far.
Mikasa tells Aaron to leave him alone because Aaron starts getting in Flock's face, and Flock says she's the only one to actually act like an adult. At least she gave up in the end.
Sheesh.
Which, what does that do to Mikasa right there?
I mean, it definitely bothers her. And at the same time, did she give up?
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know. I think
Hanji talked some sense into her though. She didn't give up. She didn't give up.
I think there's giving up and accepting. Like she accepted it. Like I think giving up's the wrong word.
But Flock knows how to get under people's skin, so he says give up. He says gave up instead of accepts.
And it bothers her for sure.
You know, and then that's when Connie too is like,
oh, Connie's here.
Connie and Jean.
How is Connie still walking around?
Connie and Jean break it up, and
that hair is
Jean's
still the
like,
same.
why the hell are you doing this at a funeral? Which is a great question, Flock. God, it's just like Flock going to a random funeral and picking a fight with someone. Like, what a
He's
dick.
like, I thought this was an award ceremony. Because we really need to get our party straight, because I am so confused.
He's like, why are they giving medals away at a funeral? And then, Flock tells them that he then starts roast. Okay, this is where I kind of like Flock for some reason. I don't know why.
Jeez.
I don't like him, but
chill out over there.
I like him calling out Jean and Connie right here because he goes, yeah, and they didn't do anything to stop Mikasa and Eren either. They did nothing to help their superiors, talking about Levi and Hanji, which they didn't. He's just calling everybody out right here, okay? He's wanting the smoke at a funeral. This guy gets it.
Put him up.
Oh,
he's very
man.
self-aware, because then he'll go on to say, but I'm a coward, so I don't even know.
Yeah, this is where, he keeps it real. You guys better start telling the truth when going to get recruits to join, because that way you won't get cowards like me joining by accident.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I hate this guy, he does indeed keep it real. He'd do great on the AoT Chronicles.
And then he says, what can I even do, or what can we even do without Erwin? Even Fodler like me has a right to decide if it's worth dying for. I mean, that right there, I understand. I know we look at these main characters and these side characters. Flock is not even a side character. I feel like at this point he's like a side character. He's saying all of these people that have died, like all these recruits that have died and stuff, we should have a voice too. I feel like he's talking in TV terms. I feel like TV terms, he's saying, stop focusing on the main characters. Worry about
He's like, more side character episodes.
Yes.
Why does Aaron have to be in every single one of them? Where's the Flock episode? Where's the Daz episode?
He's like, more Marlowe and Flock.
He's like, do you realize how many squad leaders in the scout regiment just never got camera time? They just, one episode they'd stand next to Levi and Erwin, and then they would die 5 minutes later. It's unbelievable.
He's like, remember that Nifa? That Kenny blew her brains out? Well, where's the more episodes?
Smoking hot.
Well, her head is smoking hot.
Yikes.
But yeah, Flock, I mean, he makes sense, right? He keeps it real. He's a douchebag, but he does keep it real right there. I like how Levi's just listening in the background again.
Yeah, he's just letting this happen.
He's kind of examining, seeing how things play out. I'm sure he just wants to see how they react. And I think Levi kind of has respect for Flock. What do you think about that?
I mean, he's definitely not breaking it up. He probably has some level of respect to Flock, but one, he knows he's a coward, and two, he literally gathered everyone up and was basically just like, hey, everyone needs to accept this. And that's the exact opposite of what Flock is doing, and they're still like tied up in it and discussing it at the first annual funeral/award show. But I don't know.
Yeah, and that's when like Aaron is talking to Armin and stuff, and he's talking about beyond the walls. Like, we don't even know what's beyond the walls. We still have to see the sea, Armin. Firewater, lands of ice. And he's like, on the other side of the wall, freedom is... And then he pauses, and he gets a memory flash of Faye being eaten by dogs. And he just sits there with a blank stare. Oh, dude. So he's seeing memories at this time. I think he was getting his hopes up a little too much. And that memory was like an important thing that just happened.
Right.
Which is, I don't know how these memory things work. But as we know, Kruger last episode said someone might see this. Talking about Grisha's memory. Aaron then sees Faye's, just such a...
See, I think that's interesting. I feel like they practice the Titan powers, but I think you can practice like these memories too. Like, here's my example. Uri or Yuri, however you want to say it. I feel like that guy, sure, he could use a Titan. I feel like he was so dialed into the memories, and he could tell you so much like intricate stuff, whereas with Aaron, it kind of seems more like something has to trigger it, or maybe he just has special moments.
Like, Aaron's more fighting Titan.
I think it's this whole other second Titan aspect where you can really dive into that stuff and get deep into it.
And like Frida, she could easily erase Historia's memories.
Right.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah. God, dude, that'd be so, like... There could be so much crazy shit going down in season 4. Like, imagine...
Like Aaron... Dude,
Aaron could potentially talk to the Beast Titan just through memories. Or just, I mean, through the future. They could literally just have walkie-talkies in there. Buzz, hello, hey, Zeke, what's going on, dude? And
it's like, miss you, bro.
Like, hey, meet me at the new continent at 3 p.m. Let's have corn dogs.
Let's have Titan sex.
Whoa, what?
Okay,
what are you, dude? What a terrible addition to the podcast.
That was terrible. I don't know where I was going. I meant let's have Titan, like,
just no. I was on some awesome shit, and then you limped in with that. Stick to your notes, buddy.
Anyways, I was gonna say, theoretically, Aaron could erase people's memories. That's dangerous. That guy's a dangerous man.
Let's be honest. The only memories he would erase would be like Jean catching Aaron doing something embarrassing and making fun of him. That's true.
Or no, he would erase...
He wouldn't use it for anything useful.
That's so true. He wouldn't do it for anything. Maybe he'd erase every... Dude, well, no, he couldn't do it. I just thought about this.
I wish people could see your facial expressions.
Well, I just had an epiphany.
No, lay it on me. Give it to me.
I was going to say he could erase Mikasa's memories of Aaron saving her, so then she wouldn't be so obsessed with him. But he can't even do her memories because she's an Ackerman. He can't touch her.
But he can.
No, he can't. The Ackermans can't have the king. Remember, the Ackermans can't have their memories altered.
But they said something about their descendants like could. Like if they couldn't have their memories altered, why does Mikasa not know everything already? Like, her parents would be the same. Like, her father was an Ackerman. He could have told her everything.
Well, he doesn't necessarily know everything. Like, you know what I mean? Because they were persecuted. It's like, it's not like you're born and then you just have all these memories. Like, you have to live through the memories. Like, they could just simply just ship off people, and then when they're born, like, you're born with zero memories.
Yeah, but they would be passing all this down, would they not?
No, they wouldn't pass it all down.
They wouldn't tell everyone all this stuff?
But they're persecuted on the side. Like, you know what I mean? They're persecuted and living out here. Like, I'm sure some of them don't even know any of the king stuff. Like they're
I could have
descendants.
sworn there was something about if you were a descendant, you could still have your memory warped.
I don't think so, because I think that's the whole thing with Kenny. Like he's an Ackerman. Like as soon as he's grabbed in that Titan hand, Rod says erase his memories, and he's like, he's an Ackerman. I can't erase him. Like he's now seen me, and I can't erase that he's seen me. I just have to kill him right now, but he doesn't kill him. But anyways, we go back. Oh yeah, so Aaron's internally thinking after that flash of Faye. Then he has that blank stare, and then they go to start receiving the medals from Historia, and they're kissing hands, blah blah. Gets to Aaron, and internally speaking, he asks if it was hope or that they found or despair in the basement.
And then he just aggressively squeezes her hand for 3 minutes.
Squeezes her hand, kisses it, and he starts having the flashity flash. Grisha is pleading to the Rices that he's a subject of Ymir outside the walls, and he's begging the king to kill the Titans attacking the wall. And
notebook flip.
He goes back to Aaron. And by the way, Grisha looks like he is in full panic mode right here.
And like Frida and them are listening to them, and then Frida like blinks. And when she blinks, her eyes turn. And we kind of discussed this earlier. To me, I think it's definitely the king's will.
Mm-hmm.
Been like anytime, because
I know what you mean.
Because Uri had these eyes when I thought he was blind, and he had them like a lot of the time. And I don't know. My own personal theory is he really is so connected with the memories. He's just into that stuff that maybe he just stays that way. But with Frida, they turned, and she was not giving a very peaceful look. No.
And we all know what happens after that. But Aaron's face, because Aaron didn't know that Grisha pled like that.
Right.
He literally thought that Grisha just stormed in and killed everyone.
Yeah, Aaron had 73 different slides, each half a second long, of his father being a crappy person. That was enough for him to be like, just eat me already.
Which this whole memory thing, and dude, it's gonna be so, hopefully not so confusing, and they do it in a manner that works properly.
Yeah, they gotta be careful with it, but it has the potential to do some really awesome payoffs.
Mm-hmm. And he's just sitting there, and everybody's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And he's squeezing Historia's hand. By the way, are they shipped or what?
They are so shipped, bro.
I mean, just the whole royal blood thing, like, they gotta be shipped. So Walmaria.
Shipping it. Walmaria.
We go in the future now, and Walmaria has been cleared of Titans from the awesome sledgehammer thing that Aaron built with his hardening. Refugees finally permitted 1 year later to return to Trost District.
Because I did want to mention this, we go through a very wintry season, which me and you had questions about back in season 2.
When they were training in the snow? Season 2?
Yes, but even season 2, but it was a flashback to the season 1 time, but the episode was season 2 with Ymir and them, and we were like, why is it so snowy? And this goes to show that
they do have all 4
this
seasons.
place just gets real wintry, and it's kind of interesting because it kind of seems like, well, obviously they cleared out a lot of the Titans, but it almost makes it seem like maybe the Titans were chiller than like back in the winter. I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's almost like the weather kind of makes them not as spastic.
Something like that. I don't know why I felt that way, but
yeah, I mean that.
It just seems like they kind of shut down in the winter, and then they were like, and then the winter was over, and then we sent everyone back out. Like everyone kind of shut down because it does look like a rough winter.
6 years after the Colossal's first attack, the scouts finally venture outside Walmaria. So we're a year later. We're in a year time skip right now. They see a messed up Titan along the way, and this is pretty cool.
Obviously, this is the Titan of the week. I did want to say that if someone ever turned me into a Titan, I imagine this is what I would look like.
Yes, just a lot shorter. You would definitely be a 3-meter Titan. I think that's the smallest they have.
Kind of take offense that you say a lot shorter, since this guy's arms and legs are the size of a thumbtack.
Well, hey.
Wait, is that what those are called? Thumbtacks? What are those called?
Yes, they are. Thumbtacks.
Push pins, yeah. Well, push pins or something. Keep going.
So, how about Aaron right here, man? We get Aaron in the beginning wanting to slaughter all the Titans. Now he's patting them on the head and saying this is a fellow patriot and letting them live.
Except now we're at the point in the episode where Aaron is so depressed. He's got so many memories in his head that he starts talking. He goes, he was a fellow patriot.
Dude, I know.
We are close now. Follow me this way.
What all do you think he's seen since it's been a year later?
God, this guy's fucked up.
And his hair's gotten extremely long.
Yeah,
it's been a year later.
Not doing hygiene anymore. Personal hygiene's gone out the door.
Fuck. Aaron is definitely different.
This, honestly, I gotta say, this worries me.
Worries you?
Yes, because I've seen characters in previous movies, shows, stuff like this, that go down these dark paths and they know all this information, and because they know all this information, they get a lot of
depressed.
Their characters just taken away. They become so analytical, so without motion, that it just becomes like you don't feel the same way about them. So I'm worried about that, because as much as Aaron annoyed me, I was like very interested in his story, and I couldn't wait to see what boneheaded decision he was going to make next. And now he's just he's
went through a lot of shit, dude.
We'll see.
He's went through a lot of shit, and hey, he's still he's 16 now. He was 15, now he's 16.
Yeah.
He's a little bit older and a little bit wiser. You know, they finally make it to the sandy area that we saw in Grisha's memories. Oh yeah, by the way, Flock was in that scene. He's like, why don't we kill this thing when they ride off without it?
It's like, yeah.
His hair looks better. How about that?
Yeah, go for it, Flock. It'll be your first kill, you idiot.
Aaron is nicer now and doesn't want to kill all the Titans, but you kind of want to kill that thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not doing anything, so I guess it really doesn't matter, but at the same time, it's like, we're trying to clear this place out. Let's just clear
isn't that Titan, like, living in a nightmare? Didn't Ymir say that? Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's pretty dark. Yeah, if you look at it like that.
So they arrive to beautiful scenery. They go up they don't even go up the wall, but they go around the wall, like to the edge, and it's a beautiful ocean, just
glistening in the sunlight,
basking with glistenance and glizzies. And
this is it. This is what Armin's been talking about.
And Armin's face, man, I'm so happy to let this guy, like, Armin is finally here. His character, now that he's here, he's literally Erwin right now. Erwin, if this is Erwin, if he reached the basement.
Yeah.
He is finally had his
dream. Happy for Armin, but this is exactly what I was talking about, where it comes into play, because he's got a boring old yucky Aaron who just won't appreciate this moment with his big buddy.
Armin says, "Told you so, Aaron. Told you, buddy."
There it is. I knew it.
He's like, "I wasn't wrong, man." And Aaron just says, "Yeah, it's so damn big."
Yeah, the sea. It is so damn big. Wow.
And Armin goes, "Aaron, on the other side of the wall," and then before he can finish, Aaron goes, "There's a sea." On the other
computing
side.
Those are our enemies will destroy, and then maybe we can be
the sea
happy.
Is freedom, or so I thought.
Oh,
but I was wrong. On the other side are enemies. Dude, he really just does take the fun out of everyone. Like Mikasa was even having somewhat fun. She looked a little nervous, but she had her pantyhose off.
Whoa.
Hanji looked sexy as fuck. She was touching poisonous things. Levi said, "Don't touch that."
Yeah, Levi warns Hanji that the water might be poisonous after he watched everyone take their shoes and socks off and get knee deep into the water.
Like Sasha, Connie, and Jean, they're all splashing each other, having a good time. And Aaron is not having any of it.
Aaron's like, well, yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool, but there's, like, a war to come, and, like, probably, like, a bunch of us are going to die, so, like, this probably doesn't even matter.
And then he talks about how everything is exactly... Okay, this, too, is probably big confirmation for him. when he sees that everything in his father's memories are exactly how, like this sea and this wall are exactly how his father's memories are. I'm sure too that made his depression lower even more.
As if it wasn't low enough.
Yeah. And basically Aaron's depressed and he's ready for war. That's what it seems like to me. Because he asks if he kills all the enemies on the other side, will they finally be free?
Yep.
And that, oh man, what an ending to the season. End of episode.
End of episode.
What an ending. That sets I feel like that's a perfect setup for season 4.
Yeah, I mean this is it. They got to their first goal, but now new goals have come to light, and it's just we're gonna cover all of it in our season 4 preview. It's gonna be one hell of a podcast. Probably dropping the day or night before December 7th.
Yeah,
it all goes down. So,
and I guess it's.
Go ahead and share. I mean, people know this, but I do think we have some anime listeners who aren't, as into the mangas as a lot of the people who have been reaching out to us. Let us know about what you supposedly heard about the leaks.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if this is bullshit or not, but, on Twitter I've been seeing some things, and
People are saying
that Japan Netflix I'm putting a big old may, so, correct me if I'm wrong, tell me I'm a fucking moron.
If anyone knows, because just for podcasting reasons, we would love to know the actual answer to all this, But
yeah, apparently Netflix Japan had posted that it was going to be 2 parts and something about the first part being 16 episodes. Nothing about the second part, but just that there would be a second part. And I mean, it seemed pretty credible to me, but also I'm not very smart, so.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, selfishly, I would love for it to be 2 parts, just one. I just really enjoy this show, and I feel like I haven't been a part of the fandom for very long, and I just want to stretch it out just a little bit longer.
I know. And if we could get a good 25 to 30 more episodes, that would be glorious.
That'd be a lot of fun. And we said, you guys rock. You must be sharing it with people you know, because the podcast keeps growing just a little bit every week.
We appreciate you guys so much for that.
Yeah, so with that being said, I guess we'll see you for the Season 4 preview.
Yeah, and it's 5:30 a.m. We've been talking for 25 hours now.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. We've gotten really good at this podcasting thing. I can't believe our voices have held up. But we did it. Into Season 3, on to Season 4. We'll talk with you next time.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
Wow. Spur of the moment, or do you want to discuss this? Well, we'll discuss our top 5 part 2 characters.
Because Season 4 preview is going to be the only episode we have to do. We're used to doing 3 of these, so we'll just make it all. Come back there. Maybe we can do a bunch of different. I'll make notes. We can do our top 5 Season 3 part 2 characters. I want to get you to rank each opening credit.
Ooh, okay.
I think that'd be fun. We're gonna do that.
I'd love to go back through them all.
We're gonna be chatting about Season 4 theories, predictions, all that fun stuff. So come back for that, and
lighten up, guys. Don't talk and be like Aaron in this last episode. Be happy.
Yeah, be happy.
We love you.
I will say we'll kind of narrow. Just not a whole lot of stuff's coming out about it, but I do want to say, obviously, our release schedule, the way it has just been crazy. Like, sometimes I release them then and now and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a set day once Season 4 officially drops, once we get all that information. If it actually drops in the U.S. on December 7th, I'll go and let you know. We plan on recording on Tuesday nights, and I'll have either the episode out Tuesday night and then at latest Wednesday night. So you can kind of look forward to that. I'm trying to get a quick turnaround for you guys.
All right.
Season 4.
We're ready.
Until then, I've been Ronnie.
And I've been Chazzy.
Peace.
Peace.
It's actually only 12:05 a.m. We're a bunch of liars. Sorry.